Hey, right guys, Truth Punches Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 17 of Teen Wolf Season 6. Four episodes to go, including this one, which is madness. Mad. I really enjoyed episode 16. I think it was one of the better ones of 6B so far. Again, I still stand by that it's not the best for the final 10 episodes, but it was a good episode compared to the some of the others of 6B anyway. So hopefully we can keep up that pace. You never know with Teen Wolf. I'm pretty otherwise. You could have like a great episode and then the next one's just terrible. So, but hopefully, just because it's the final four, can we have Styles back, please? Like, I'm actually waiting. I know it'll be in the finale. There's no way they'd like gonna have a finale without Styles, but it's just sat here waiting. It's like, oh my god. But yeah, episode 17. We'll see what shenanigans they get up to this time. I did enjoy the Scott and Malia stuff last episode, so we can just get more into that because that's one of the more interesting things about 6B at the moment. Which is probably like a sad thing that it's your final 10 episodes and that's the most interesting thing, but it is what it is. But yeah, if you enjoy, remember to leave a like. If you're new, remember to subscribe, and if you do want to help support the channel, a link to the Patreon page will be down below. I won't promote the uncut and early reactions now because it'll pretty much be wrapping up. Actually, by the time this is on YouTube, it probably would have wrapped up on Patreon by now. Definitely would have. So, but yeah, I'll be doing uncuts to Shameless US and the Fosters, Once Upon a Time, Buffy, later down the line. Like Fosters and Once Upon a Time are later down the line. Shameless and Buffy as soon as I finish Teen Wolf on YouTube. So yeah, if you want uncuts to any of those, then a link to the Patreon page will be down below, as well as Twitter and Instagram if you want to follow me on either of those, and Discord if you want to join that and talk about TV shows with myself and others, or and talk about anything else. But yeah, episode 17, guys. Let's go. There we go, guys. That is episode 17 of Teen Wolf Season 6. Yeah, that was another good episode. I enjoyed that one. I think it did a good job of, like, having that nostalgia factor to it. Like, just because we had Jackson, the twin brother, who I forget the name of, Peter Hale there as well, and then Decalion. It's just bringing back all these old characters. Not the best. They could have brought back better characters like, I don't know, Styles, Cora. Like, there's some odd ones. Derek, where's Derek? I thought we were going to get Derek in the season because it showed him on the TV in episode 11. What the fuck? But I don't know, like all four of those characters are actually elite. Decalion not so much, but Peter Hale, Jackson, and the twin guy, they're all like good characters, and we grew to love them. Jackson was more like we loved to hate him towards the end of season 2 kind of thing. But yeah, I thought it did a good job of that in the first opening scene with having them two. And them two being together as well is just the like cherry on top of having them back. That's so cute. I love that. Yeah, I don't know. That was so unexpected, but I love that. So yeah, having them back into the show was a great thing, even though they didn't actually see Scott this episode, which is a bit unfortunate. But I'm sure that'll come in episode 18. Then I put Theo and Liam down again just because they're just great. Like, you guys went line in the Patreon comments and YouTube comments, like, Theo and Liam together, like, just working together is awesome. And they've actually got one of the better, like, bonds. Because it's different to how, like, Styles and Scott were. Because they, like, loved each other. And they, like, Styles was, like, the funny guy and Scott was, like, the serious guy. Where these two, it's like, Theo and Liam don't like each other, but they do. But they just pretend they don't. So it's a different pairing that we haven't really seen before, and I think it really works every time they're on screen. So had to put them down again, and then I put that one scene with Scott and Malia. It kind of reminded me a little bit of episode 9. Not, it wasn't as great as this, but episode 9 of season 6, where Lydia was like realizing the moment she loved Styles. Obviously, that was an amazing. That was like fantastic. That was way up here, and this was like a kind of tamer version of that. But it still kind of reminded me of that, where I was going through like all the little memories I've had over season 6, more so 6B. Just in the space of like 7 episodes, it's been a lot more like compact to how Lydia and Styles were, of course. But it was just still a cute moment, and yeah, she's kind of realised that she loved him, and I like how she kind of said that out loud, like, "Oh, don't fall in love with a dead man." She's like, "Already have." Love it. That's so cute. And yeah, they are probably my favourite thing about 6B, which is a bit weird just because I never would have really paired them together. Like, in my head, I think I said in season 5 or the start of season 6, I imagine how weird and like cute it would be if those two got together. once Kira had left. But actually seeing it, it's like, I love it, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, for them to be my favourite thing about the final 10 episodes, probably shouldn't be the case, but it is what it is. So all that stuff was great. However, I do think plot-wise, like actual story in this episode was just badly paced. Like, what was going on really? Like, I know they were just learning more about the villain and what was going on, but it just felt like an episode where it's like, it had all this cool stuff, like with the characters going on. And it had, I think the first like 10-15 minutes were really strong when Scott and like everyone had been wounded in the hospital as well. I thought that was great. But then from then it was just them trying to learn stuff and trying to form their little pack. And it just felt a bit too slow paced for me. I don't know. It should be a lot more, like, stuff should be going down like right now. Like, shit should be going off, but like nothing's happened for like a couple episodes now. It's just like, come on. Not like nothing's happened. Like, obviously stuff's happened. But I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like the stakes should be higher than they actually are. I don't know. And it's weird saying that considering Brett has died. They're literally trying to kill all the werewolves and everyone's wounded in the hospital. But to me, it still doesn't feel like it should be what that. I don't know. They're not as threatening as it feels like it should be for the final 10 episodes. It's just like, ugh, Gerard, wicked. And then I put how bad the editing was with that one scene where like suddenly Jackson had been captured and it's just like these two trained assassins couldn't capture them both, but she did somehow by herself. Just got them tied up and started torturing them, even though he's a chimera, whatever. So I thought that was a bit weird. But unless they meant to get captured, but I don't think they did because then they made a joke about it when they were both captured up. I don't know. So yeah, best moment was having Jackson and the twin back. I thought that was a great idea. Really unexpected actually. So that was cool to see. Rating wise, I think the story was better in episode 16, but I liked having the recurring characters this time. But I do think the last episode was a little bit better. I'm going to give this one a 7.4 out of 10. I think it was a good one. I do think the plot was very slow paced. So Lydia was boring this episode. It's like, and that's sad to see. It's just her walking through like this frozen morgue. It was just like, again, she's done that shit a million times where it's just her in a dream world walking. And sometimes, like, most time it's fine, but it was just boring. Lydia was awful this episode, unfortunately. Scott and Leah were fine, Peter was fine, Jackson and Twin were fine. Liam and Theo, they had a good scene, but story-wise, yeah, a bit boring. Yeah, there we go, 7.4 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. We only have 3 episodes left to go. Everything that I mentioned at the start of the video will be in the pinned comment down below if you want to check any of those out. And I'll see you next time for episode 18. Until then, peace.